Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to Cave Dweller, a short game that was meant for an indie jam that apparently didn't make it, and as the game store page has it, it was made for the Bracky 2024 Game Jam but not submitted in time. Very unfortunate. It looked really cool, as you can see in the screenshots of what's going to happen, like this. Really cool art. I like this kind of stuff, and that's why I want to play it. But it'll be a short 5 to 15, maybe 20 minutes with me and my rambling. But it looked really cool, and it was inspired by the world of horror and resource management of Resident Evil. As with that, yeah, sounds cool. So we're going to get into it and check out. Falling half asleep at your desk, you notice your phone vibrating. It's your colleague Mike calling. Apparently some neighbors reported hearing screaming and had called the police to investigate. But that was over 2 hours ago, so they need you to find out why your colleagues haven't reported back yet. As the newest deputy, you're accustomed to long nights and unpleasant tasks. So, with a yawn, you grab your jacket and head out. Upon arriving at the house and surveying the area, you notice not only the absence of the neighbors you were supposed to interview, but also the absence of your colleagues and their police cruiser. You enter the house and observe broken glass, a few drops of blood, and tire tracks leading right through the house and into the garden. Following the tracks, you come across broken ceramics, some bullet casings, a toppled fence. On closer inspection, you see the tire tracks continuing right into the woods. You follow the tire tracks until you see a light in the woods. Ignoring the branches and leaves, you find it odd how the vehicle made it through the woods without hitting a single tree. Just lucky, you guess. You spot the cruiser parked next to some trees. Its engine is still running. It looks like whatever happened here was done in a hurry. You notice some broken branches, a lighter, and even a phone. Continuing your search, you observe footprints leading deeper into the woods. Oh. You fumble your way through the dark until you spot the opening of a cave. Crouching down, you notice a flashlight lying on the ground right next to the entrance, almost as if it's inviting you in. A wave of unease washes over you. Something about this really doesn't feel right. Tightening your grip around the bag, you take a deep breath and push forward. As you take your first step past the cave's threshold, everything suddenly goes quiet. You freeze, not daring to move for several seconds. After what feels like hours, you finally glance back, noticing the cruiser's headlights have turned off. You keep on moving. Suddenly, the cruiser springs to life, its engine roaring at full throttle. Before you can react, it surges forward and crashes directly into the cave entrance, sealing your way out. The screech of metal grinding against stone echoes through the cave, and your heart pounds as dust and debris swirl around you. You're trapped. As everything calms down, a horrifying realization hits you. You've dropped your bag. Use the A and D key to turn and W to move. Interact with objects using your mouse. Good luck. It's a nice, squishy looking heart. But okay. Very cool. Oh. Oh, okay, so... Ah. Interesting. As you search through the clothes, your hands brush against something cold and hard. An old flashlight. And to your surprise, it still works. You now have a flashlight, which removes the darkness effect. You can equip or unequip the flashlight by removing or placing it in your equipment bar. The first 2 inventory slots. Oh, that's cool. So the top 2 are the inventory. Oh. Well, that's a cool effect. It's just like literally turns off the brightness of everything, including the interface, though. It's a game jam, but it'd be like if this game was like a full-fledged game, and depending on how much I like it, I might gush at the developer and be like, come on, give me more. But we're going to continue as is. But yeah, I mean, realistically, I think the interface would be one to stay bright unless it's part of the immersion to darken with the flashlight. Either or is fine, but that's cool. It's also like a dungeon crawler too. with this aspect of pressing D. The only thing it doesn't have is S for backwards. You're not allowed to do a U-turn. We're only going straight down a linear path. After making your way through the darkness for a while, you come across something of interest. Multiple boxes hanging from the stone by chains. It must have taken quite a while to set this up. A sliver of nervousness starts creeping in while looking at the chains. The box was empty. As you survey the surroundings, you find a revolver and some spent cartridges. When you reach for the gun, you quickly realize your mistake. It's still hot. What? Hot? Hot from what? You also discover a police badge. Upon closer inspection, you recognize it as belonging to someone you know. You start to feel a pang of panic. At least you now have a gun. Even if it's empty, you decide to move on. Well, we're gonna change... Gun in the right hand. I'm right-handed. I'm not going to pull a trigger with my left index finger. Oh my god. I'm a right-handy. I mean, could make some kind of like fapping joke, but let's not go there. Also, do I shoot with left click, or I'm assuming that's because I hear the clicking. Okay, I'll assume left click has no click sound, but if I put it here, left click has a sound. I'm going to assume right click is for the flashlight right now, but left click is for the gun. But the flashlight simply doesn't have an on and off mechanic, but it does have like this sound makes me feel like it would turn off without dragging it in and out of inventory, but I don't think it has an on and off feature simply. That's fine. Left click probably to shoot once we find bullets though. You start feeling nauseous. Finally, some luck. You found 5 .38 special rounds. You can reload your revolver by pressing tab for quick access or by pressing 1 for your left hand, 2 for your right hand. Wait, what? Oh! We can also spin it, so... Oh, that's cool. It is showing me what, like, the first bullet. Okay. But my only issue is... I don't remember off by heart when a revolver shoots what direction the barrel would go. Clockwise or counterclockwise? I'm not a gun expert. So I don't know what the normal is in terms of the revolving of the revolver. But let's hope... Ah, interesting. Well, I mean, we'll find out when we shoot the gun at some point. You don't feel very good. Finally, some good luck. You found 5 special bullets. Special. Okay, well. I have a... Did I... Oh. Is 16... What's the 16? Is that how many bullets I have? I should have more bullets, but it's like... Why did it unload my gun? You keep moving forward until you notice a shape in front of you. As your eyes slowly start to adapt to the darkness, you realize something. You see its legs aren't touching the ground. Suddenly, you feel a tightening around your right leg. As you try to react, you hear some rattling as something cold and hard wraps around your neck. What? What? Why? It unloads it every time! Wait, it cracked. Finally, some good luck. You found a gun cleaning kit. Gun cleaning kit adds +2 additional damage to all guns while in inventory. Oh, hell yeah! Being observant has its benefits. But no, seriously, what the fuck? I can't even reload my gun. Okay, let's just keep running, I guess? Lucky you found 16 special rounds and a gun cleaning kit. Wait. Okay. But maybe if the gun's on the other hand, it'll not... Okay, maybe it won't bug on me. Nope, never mind. Well, that's annoying. And we have another gun? We can dual wield? What? Well, I mean, okay, I don't want that. Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. The roughness of the game is definitely showing itself now. And the flashlights and the other things just look so similar. Alright. You keep moving forward until you notice a shape in front of you. As your eyes start to... I can't... You can't see its legs to touch the ground. What? Suddenly you feel a tightening... Oh my god. I feel like I'm taking damage each time that happens, though. Oh my... What the fuck? Okay, this game needs to get fixed a lot more. It's even bugged out with the music still. Wow. I mean, okay. Let me quit the game. Let me just reboot it and hope it. That's a shame, though. It's a big shame that it's that broken. I'm getting attacked though. The chains are an enemy attack, and it kept bogging my screen, which I can't shoot without closing the dialogue prompt too. So I'm being attacked while a message prompt basically acts like a pop-up ad on my screen unless I want to skip the reading. So it's just like, Jesus Christ. But all right. I will have to just like rush back there. Give me one sec. I want to at least try to hopefully get through the game. Okay, so it's like if there's a monster, I can run from it, but... Oh my god. It just... You can't see its legs. I mean, suddenly you feel a tightening. Yeah, I get it, but my god. Bruised and battered, you push forward, low on ammo and batteries. You feel your hope starting to wane. You sit down for a moment, reflecting on your experiences. It's been one hell of a day. As a deputy, you've probably fired more rounds today than during all of your training. You take a deep breath and stand up and keep moving. Damn, okay, and then you just find a ladder and get out. But yeah, no, it's a much... Wait. Oh god. Okay, well, I'll turn this down, I guess, a little bit post-recording, but it's a short little jam game. I like the art, I like the potential, but it was clearly like they didn't get out for a jam. It's a bit buggy post-jam. Especially when it's just like your shooting mechanic doesn't work, where you load the gun and it unloads it when you move to the next scene, and it forgets what your... I mean, what I can only imagine is just like you reload the gun, and there should be coding that tells and reminds the in-game mechanics and system how many bullets are in gun. If 1, if 2, if 3, if 4, if 5, or 6. Remember it, because moving to the next scene shouldn't delete the bullets in the gun. Like, you don't lose the bullets, but it unloads it completely. What's the fucking point of loading up the gun with bullets? Like, the gun system isn't even fully fleshed out because you have to reload the gun every time you move forward. That's horrible. That's really... I can't say dumb because it's obviously not intentional, but you guys know what I mean. It's like... they missed the game jam. But, I mean, I'd love games like this, but it would need a lot more ironing out and refining. Because I grew up with dungeon crawlers, right? But it would be things like Eye of the Beholder, where you would... Ranged was casting magic missile and magic spells of sorts. And melee was, you know, anyone that's in the front to party. It's like you had 2 at the front and 2 people in the back. You could have like a cleric or a mage or an archer or someone that throws rocks at people in the back, but the front people would be the tanks and fighters kind of thing. And I'm used to playing games like this, and in this game, it's you're one man in the cave and you're shooting, and with a flashlight. So it's dungeon crawler. I love those things. I wish there was more. But either way, it's just I don't have to say too much. People see and will know what I mean. But either way, I'd love games like this if it was more expensive, because like having creepy art where pixelated or not pixelated, you're in a dark cave and it doesn't take as much work to make dungeon crawlers or to potentially make a spooky one, as you can always make it so you can cut corners with animations with games in this genre. Like, say for instance, if I'm standing there in a tunnel, a monster could... Actually, an example, probably perfect example, would be Fear and Hunger. If anyone remembers, or at least have watched that, in the first game when you're in the meat tunnel and you find the wizard's head, I can't remember his name, Nazra? I can't remember. But if you find the wizard's head and you taunt him and he starts summoning that giant thing that comes behind him, it's sort of like that where in dungeon crawler games, either the enemies move in real time, but usually it's like a step at a time. Like they sort of teleport forward. Just like the giant did in Fear and Hunger. Like in Fear and Hunger, it was after you do a move, it moves closer and closer and closer to your imminent death. In dungeon crawlers, the greatness is you don't even need to have fluid animations. It'd be like FNAF, where it's just like, well, they're here at one point, but it's like if you are indecisive or take too long, you can control the monster to get even closer and closer every 3 seconds, 5 or 6 seconds of delaying, and making it so the impending doom of a monster getting closer and closer can be something that can be utilized for horror. It's an absolutely underutilized genre or subgenre. And really, I don't like that, because it is still a good genre. I feel like dungeon crawler needs to make a return. There was that one game that came on Steam and had 2 games? I can't remember, but I did play them too. I feel like I'm gonna have to look it up just to remind myself. Yeah, Legend of Grimrock, that was it. Legend of Grimrock 1 and 2 were a great return to dungeon crawlers, and if anyone wants to play a good dungeon crawler, I'd recommend Legend of Grimrock. But otherwise, I'll leave it there. Just a short jam, really rough, but if the developer chose to work on it for like literally a few weeks or month maximum, then I'm sure something good could come of it. But again, it would need to be refined a lot better. But either way, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button, become a fellow subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.